In the years just before World War II, a wealthy man who had lost his wife took comfort in the strength of his relationship with his son. The father was an art collector who had accumulated a prize collection. As his son grew, he developed a trained eye and sharp business mind for collecting art. This brought great joy to the father. With the onset of the war, the boy was drafted in the military. After only a few weeks, his father received a telegram. His son had been killed in combat. In his death, he was awarded the Medal of Honor for his heroic actions saved the lives of several men in his unit. The man caught a cold that turned into pneumonia. His son's death seemed to weaken him more. On Christmas Day, a knock on the door revealed one of the men from his son's unit. He soon discovered that it was one of the men whose life had been saved by his son's actions. He had not only come to express words of comfort, but also brought a gift. As the soldier began to open a large package, he explained that one of the men in the platoon was an artist who had drawn this for the father. The gift was a simple yet remarkable painting of the man's son. The soldier apologized for the simplicity of the painting after seeing the expensive works in the room. But the father prized this painting more than any other because it was of his son. The passing of the winter months brought a steady decline in the father's health. He eventually died near Easter. Having no heirs to pass his collection to, it would be auctioned off. This drew the attention of a world of art collectors. According to the man's will, his collection would be auctioned off on Easter to serve as a memory of his son's death, providing the gift of life for others. On that day, a crowd of collectors gathered to bid on pieces of the man's collection. The auction opened with a surprise. The first painting was a simple portrait of a young man, something that seemed worthless to the collectors and connoisseurs gathered. The auctioneer's opening bid of $100 was met with silence and murmurs of confusion, ridicule, and even laughter. After several pleads from the auctioneer, someone on the far side of the room spoke up. He said he was a neighbor friend of the man who had died. He recognized the painting was of the man's son. Not having much money, he bid $50. The auctioneer tried to raise the bid with no success. His gavel came down, and the first painting was sold. The auctioneer then announced that the auction was over. The audience of collectors complained. They wanted to bid on the masterpieces worth millions of dollars in this collection. The auctioneer replied to them saying, "The auction is over. There are no more paintings to offer. According to the will of the Father, whoever takes the Son gets it all."